Peter, what are you working on, Peter? Are you working on any trades?
I only have three girlfriends:
Only three?
treasury bonds, gold, and crude oil.
Crude oil? Are you
Yeah.
long crude? You long crude?
No, I day trade, so I'm
Oh, that's right.
last two. So, I was in treasury bonds this morning. It hit an all time low. Not all time low. It was bearish. So it's
Okay.
doing a long trade on that. It
On
was a very
bond.
choppy day today, so just stayed out, took a small loss, and just sat out.
Now, are you officially with trading now with the firm?
I have a job now with a prop firm.
You've got a job and you've got capital. Good job.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm doing a second evaluation with another company just to hedge my risk. But yeah, feels good. Feels good.
We're so proud of you. Guys, Peter got capital, so he got approved. We send it out. He got approved for capital. It's good to have
It was
a
brutal.
few prop firms. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
brutal process. Every time I failed, I said to my friend, "Why can't I pass?" That
Peter, how
over
you took 20 or took it 26
six
chances?
times.
26 times.
Yeah, had to restart over 26 times.
And you had to start all over from the beginning.
It takes 15 days. They want to see you trade 15 days, paper account.
Okay.
So, yeah, I did that 26 times over 2 years.
Over 2 years.
Yeah.
No, you start with what, 50,000?
Yeah. Yeah. That's the first capital you manage, and then you progress all the way to 400. Every time you withdraw money, they'll just give you more money.
More money.
Yeah. It's good.
So your next are you looking to build more capital with this firm or just get another firm?
No, I'm doing two. I'm
You
doing a second one. A
okay,
value for another one.
okay.
The
For
another one,
another.
the second one's a top step. They have their first evaluation is super simple. You just hit the
Okay.
profit target. But yeah, so I'm gonna work basically two prop firms at the same time.
Two
Because
prop firms.
because mate, you don't trade every day. So I just learned that sometimes you just sit out
Mm-hmm.
for 4 days and you just wait for that 1 day setup,
Yeah.
and that'll be your 2% gain for the week. And yeah, that's basically trade less.
Trade less.
Trade less. I don't allow myself to trade more than four trades. Like this morning, I did three trades, and I
Mm-hmm.
said, okay, no more. It's like it ain't working. It ain't working. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. A light
I
light
think
day.
it was therapy that helped me pass the evaluation. My friend was she's a doctor, and
Okay.
she's doing some kind of outside therapy, and
Mm-hmm.
she said, "Oh, could you do this exercise with me?" And then okay, because I have this compulsion to fix a losing day. So Moderna was my, you know,
Yes. Yes. I
I say that
remember.
story all the time because I could have stopped at losing $500, but because I tried to fix it, I lost $7,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mainly why I failed so many times. It's just my compulsion. So therapy made me stop that.
Yeah, 26 times, Peter. That's but you didn't give up though. you know?
Yeah, because I love doing this. So
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
just like just don't give up. I mean, it's every trading is a journey. It's like, yeah, you're not a real trader until you lost a lot of money, and just keep going.
Now, what's your goal with how much capital do you want to get? Um, what's your goal as far as capital with both prop firms?
Well, I think of it's not as goal as a capital amount. I just think of as performance. Like if I could get a good return every month,
Okay.
I think that achievement. But as far as working for the prop firm, they want you to trade 400 and and other equation.
Yeah, you're breaking up a bit there.
My goal, it just split up the work because I have a really unhealthy schedule. So if I can work in a team environment of four people, like, we can stay in the trade much longer because we have to close out our trade for the
Okay.
day. You have to close it out by 4 o'clock. So I was hoping to work in a four-man team, like two-man manage the trade from European session, and
Okay.
two will hold on to the trade in the New York session and close it out. So that would be ideal, and I get to sleep. So
So schedule, you have a schedule where you rotate, you mean?
yeah, because right now is I have an ungodly schedule where I have to go to bed at 10 p.m. and I wake up at 3 a.m. and I
Mm.
work the European session and I stop at 10 a.m. But there's a lot of missed opportunities in the New York session. So like this morning, I stopped. It was just very choppy. I stopped at 10 and just stepped away and did other things. So, good and bad. Just, I don't trade. I try not to trade the New York session.
It's tough to do both, right? It's tough to do
Yeah,
both the Euro and the New York session.
yeah, because you're a human being, and just like when you trade forex, it's like you have to get up in ungodly hours, just watch.
Yeah. Now, so why not just do one? Why not just do the New York session?
Because it's more predictable. It trends a little bit better in the European session. For my first girlfriend, the treasury bonds, her moods is she likes to trend in the European session. So my most of my strategies that is quite profitable is during the European session is trending strategies.
Okay.
Crude oil and gold, they make you a lot of money. So they're kind of American style crazy. It's like they tend to chop or pick a direction. So you just have to know either stay out or stay in. Like you gotta when I first started going for these evaluations, like I'm learning from other people, and they
Yeah.
say you pick one or two assets and just learn everything you can about. Learn its what time are good to trade, what time to stay out, what news affects it. You just have to know everything, just like a girlfriend, like her moods.
Mm.
You know, when you trade so many products, like you just don't have that intimate knowledge. So that's why I changed my schedule around the girlfriends. Um, I probably would take some of the money and live in Europe so I can have a normal schedule. Like, because it's not healthy. It's like I'm sleeping 5 hours at
No,
most.
Peter. Really?
Yeah. So you see, like, if you get up at 3 and you go to bed at 10, you only get 8 hours, 5 hours of sleep. And then you have to pick up you're at a sleep deficit. And then basically you have to make up for the sleep during the afternoons.
So
Yeah.
even trading full time, because that's all you do, right? Even trading full time, it's difficult to manage both markets.
Yeah, you can't do that because you're a human. So
Yeah.
if you do this for a living, you have to stick to a schedule
No,
and
the prop firm,
a
the
healthy schedule. Yeah.
yeah, no, the firm wants you to do. You have to close your trades every day. Do you
Yeah,
have to?
by
I know
four.
they have. They usually have requirements for how often you have to trade. You cannot not trade, right?
You can't be away for 5 consecutive days.
Five.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you're
Okay.
gonna be away not trading, then you have to let them know.
Okay.
But you're an independent contractor, so um, so I hopefully I'll take some of the money and just kind of rent out a house in Europe. And I'll be in Europe. That's the goal, like Europe, and have a normal 9 to 5 schedule,
Yeah.
and also have another house in Asian session. Depending on if I pick on another asset that moves really volatile during the Asian session, that's profitable. Then, so that's you. When you say numbers, I'm more thinking about lifestyle.
Life.
As a
Okay.
uh, as a trader, you kind of have a life. You get to pick your lifestyle. You get to pick where do you want to live, what hours you work, how much money you want to make. It's just like, yeah. So I'm just like, I'm tired of being an employee. So I'm tired about worrying about money. So it's just like, it's more about the lifestyle. Um, yeah. So like when I was failing, it's like, when is, what day, what day will, like, what day, when am I going to pass this evaluation? You know, when is that day? And then when it's here, you just a little bit, it's not, it's not excitement. It's just like, wow, like today finally came. And you're just like at peace. You're no longer struggling. You're just like, I'm just going to train my plan. Things work. Just, you know, just take it. Just work your plan and don't trade too much. Don't try to, don't fix a losing day. As I always tell my, don't fix a losing day. Take the loss. Some things happen and you just cannot change it, and don't fix it. And the more you fix it, the worse it gets. So that's, it was very counterintuitive because as you, if you talk to me, you see Peter is very alpha. Like if there's a problem, he's trying to come up with a solution, trying to fix it. And because of that, compulsion is the reason why I don't pass. So therapy is very important because we have to think of ourselves as machines. We have these behaviors that's pre-programmed from our parents, things that we learn, the trauma that we experience, and it just keeps we are not aware of the things that we do, and you have to become more aware of why you're failing or why you're messing up on these trades. It's like it's a very personal journey for everybody. And the faster you make mistakes and change your mistakes, this job will become much easier.
Peter, you still, you still, how many years total, Peter? How many
This
years
is
now total?
11.
11 years. And
Started trading when I
you're still
was 20,
growing.
20. I started trading when I was 24 with Forex.
Mm,
Yeah. 24, 25, 26. So now I'm 41. So yeah, it's about 15 years,
15
14.
years.
Yeah, you touch it a little bit and you do other things. You touch it a little bit. Yeah.
You're
So
excited about the journey now?
I'm excited about like seeing different parts of the world. You know, I follow different traders. There, you see their pictures like, hey, I'm in Africa, I'm in this island, I'm in this Asian country. You know, it's just like, yeah, it's just like yeah, you see a lot of kids. Like this year is going to be very bullish, and you're going to see a very young. You're just seeing these young 22-year-olds making millions off of options, and they just put all on the line, and they, I mean, they have these highs and lows, and a lot of them have health problems because that volatility of their account swings from like some days they're up 500 grand, some days they're up 2 million, and the next week they're broke. I mean, they go for these
Wow.
huge swings. And yeah, I follow Timothy Sykes, and he
Yes,
produces a
yes.
lot of millionaires from
Young,
penny
yes.
stocks.
For
Very
years.
young, and they're moving 200 grand on stocks, you know,
Yeah.
just like they're swinging like
Yep.
wow, like it's like so. Yeah, it's but they, you know, he does produce a lot of results, and he shows it with when he interviews students. And I listen to these interviews. Everyone has their little struggles, like challenges, and how they get to past those challenges. It's so for me
Yeah,
is it. I already like all this technical stuff. I already picked it up. Chart reading. It's just the behaviors, your ingrained, your pre-programmed behaviors. It was the therapy that I was like, okay, I always do that. Just got to put in the journal. Don't just stop. Just walk away. It
and
sounds easy, right? But
and Peter,
for me,
you've been
I
working
can't take
on,
a loss. It's
yeah.
just so weird. It's like if you make me take a $200 loss, I can't take it. Like my threshold of pain is around thousands, like 10,000, 20,000. Then I'll feel it. Like when you trade,
Mm.
your risk tolerance increases. So for me, it's like it's not painful until it's like 10,000. And like $200, I just can't walk away as I keep on trading until I'm profitable. So hence that's my problem.
I remember your Russell. You remember your Russell,
Yeah,
the short trade?
yeah, of course. Like it's like I gotta be right. I gotta be right. I'm gonna write it through till it's right. It's like so yeah. Yeah.
Um,
I'm just like when Russia invaded Ukraine, I should have took my money, exited the trade, but I wanted to be up 900 grand. I guess I was only up 30. So I wanted to make 900 and I stuck with it and I got chopped to death. So I lost half of that. So it was just that's the way, our compulsions. Yeah. So for new traders, it's just you gotta you gotta journal and it's like what you're doing wrong. If you could do an evaluation, it's just like you will see what your problem is really quickly. Like yeah, it's only I was reading the statistics. Only 22% of people who take the evaluation pass. So that means 77% of the people fail, and the evaluation keep your money.
so 22%
Only 22% of people who take the evaluation pass.
pass.
And I was at it for 26 times, 2 years. I started taking it December 21st, 2021. I was trading my own capital and trying to pass the evaluation.
Amazing.
Yeah. So it's, profit money, you can scale much quicker and then just make sure you transfer money into your own fund and then basically you trade both. And I'm trying to tell you introduced me to a few traders and I was telling, hey, take the evaluation. You could still trade your own money and stuff like that, but take the evaluation, you get better, you have a track record, you can show investors, whatnot.
Yeah.
But you'll get better so much quicker by failing a lot.
By
Yeah,
failing a lot.
a lot. Yeah, yeah. It's painful, but the more you fail, the more you make mistakes, you will grow as a trader.
So
So
guys,
people,
what Peter is talking about, he's talking about the prop firm, right? Going through the evaluations where he went through it 26 times. So 2 years took him 2 years to pass, right? 2 years to pass. But what I've done now, I traded for a prop firm years ago, guys, and it's different. It's a bit different now, but same type of split, right? Usually it's a 80-20 split, right?
yeah,
You get about 80%. The firm takes 20%. But what's nice about the firm, and that's what Peter is talking about, they help you manage yourself. Okay. Because if you hit a drawdown, right? If you have losses, they cut you off, right, Peter? They'll
yeah,
cut you off if
yeah,
you lose too much and that could be in a day, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, Yeah.
So David,
Yes.
so let me ask you a question. So all those commercials that I see on YouTube about people using bots to pass these prop firm things, that's cappuccino, right? That's cap.
Yeah, you can use a bot to pass.
So, so,
No,
so
no,
that's
right,
all I wanted to
Peter?
ask.
Yeah, no, you can't use a robot.
I knew they was lying.
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
wanted to ask
it
that.
took Peter Peter is a great trader. It took him 26. You know, when you start trading larger amounts of capital, I mean, I don't care who you are, right? You
Yeah.
know, it's everything you think you should do, you don't do because it's a lot of money. All right. So um I, I don't know. I mean, a fully automated bot, I don't know. The problem with fully automated bots is that when there is a drawdown, right, they continue to trade, right? So when there's a drawdown, when price is consolidating, they'll continue to trade. So if we're trading, and we see that the market, like Peter said, hey, market is light, not a lot going on today, this week. He's done. He's done trading until market moves again. So a bot can't really do that, right? Any questions for Peter, guys? It's thanks for coming on, Peter. And Peter passed, guys. It's hard. It's hard to
You're
pass.
welcome. Yeah.
Yeah, it's hard to pass those evaluations, right? Like you said, only 22% of traders who take those evaluations pass. Okay. But that should be a goal for not everyone wants to trade capital, but it's a great goal to have, right? Because now you're trading the firm's capital.
Yeah. And you're testing yourself.
And you're
It's just like
testing.
can you follow the rules? It's like most people can't even follow their own rules that they set up. So yeah, that's
Let me ask.
makes you a better trader.
I'm going to ask Justin. Justin just started with us. He's 18 years old, Peter. 18.
Yeah.
18 years old. Imagine it. Young. Um, just started. We did his first coaching session today. As someone that's been around, right? You've advanced, Peter. I mean, you've got capital. You've been trading for years. Trading is in your blood. You're not going anywhere, right? You learned. You saw your was it your grandmother? You saw your grandmother trade.
Yeah, I see my grandmother's trade. She's
Yeah,
sitting
yeah,
in front of the TV, like preparing vegetables and like
yeah,
string beans. She was picking string beans and she was watching the tape.
yeah,
She was buying and selling like
yeah,
when I was like 5 years old.
yeah. So it's in your blood. Hey, Justin, do you have any questions for Peter? Justin?
Yeah, I have a question.
Okay, go ahead, bud.
Let's say you had to start out over and learn this again. What would be your best way about learning it?
Oh, good question. Good question.
Um, what do you like to follow? Like what gets you excited? And then basically learn everything you can about it. I think what got me into trading first.
Mm-hmm.
I think poker got me into trading
Oh, wow.
because
Poker.
back in 2000, what 2004, poker was all very big. And
Mm-hmm.
2001, I graduated high school and went to college. So I was good at looking at people. I was learning their mannerisms. And I lived next to Hard Rock Casino in Tampa. And I took my student loan money and I made a quick $800 in one
Wow.
day. So I worked 2 days to have enough money for alcohol and stuff like that. So
Mm-hmm.
poker at that time was being televised. So like Phil Ivey, um, Gus Hansen. So from poker, like, yeah, that was, and then basically got me into trading because poker, it's still gambling. It's not as much, but it's very much like trading. Um, but going to the casino was bad for me.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah,
Did you ever get
it
training?
revealed it was basically, if you have the mind for poker, you have the mind for trading. Uh it's a different game, but it's same skill set. And I
Right.
still had the same problem with poker. My short game, my day trading game was on point, but my like multi-table playing against 200 people, my long game was really weak. I didn't have the patience when I was that young, when I was 18. So yeah, and then I think I stopped when I moved away from Tampa. Then basically, I started basically doing forex, waking up at 4 a.m. and it's like,
Wow.
oh, cool, trade the euro, USD, you know, make a good
Hmm.
$200 in 10 minutes and stuff like that. So I was just learning that game. It was way before crypto came along. Then we learned binary options and options. So it was a journey. Uh, Find out what do you like, what asset excites you, and and learn everything about it. You'll go through, um, take the coaching. The coaching, you're gonna lose the money anyways. So the coaching will speed things up. Speed things up. You know, uh, Follow a few traders on Instagram, on YouTube. There's a lot of free information. Paper trade, you know, paper trade. Just make a lot of just click buttons. You'll learn. Just click buttons.
Yeah.
Uh, the Basically the statistics, the the uh, the percentage of household income that makes over $170,000 a year is 10%.
Mm.
10% of American household income is over 170,000. 40% of American household makes 60,000. So as a trader, your income is way above 170,000. Like, I mean, if you're profitable in your third or fourth year, if you have some money, you'll be at the top percent of income earners. As you grow as a trader, your risk tolerance, the ability to handle loss will grow. And if you have never lost a loved one or lost money, or you really need to go to therapy and to address your loss issues, that's really important. Because if you can't handle loss, trading is not for you. It's just the power through losing and how you deal with losing. For me, is I can fix it. That was my weakness. I can fix a losing day. Like, I'm
rather
smart
than
enough.
rather than just letting it go, Peter. Rather than just letting
Letting
it
it go. I
go.
couldn't accept the loss. So that's my compulsion. So everyone has their own compulsion, how they deal with loss.
Yep.
And yeah. So that's why the coaching will help you through a lot of these issues. It's just not a technical game. It's like, I am the problem. Like, I told my friend, like, I need to go to therapy because I'm the problem. It's not my skill set. It's not my knowledge is the problem. I'm the problem. Like, I'm the weakness of this equation. Like, I'm not passing because I'm not doing the right things. So, and that's what needs to fix. Not because I didn't learn how to read a chart, or not because I didn't, couldn't, like, understand what's going on, or it's just it's just my behavior.
Yeah, it was you, right?
It was me, yeah.
So you
And that's
finally
the
took.
emotional
Yeah,
component.
yeah. And
How
Peter, what happened? You finally addressed that, right?
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
the emotional part. That's what
Yeah.
being a human being is. Like, you have to address your emotion part. How do you handle stressful situations?
Yeah. And it's hard to look inward and say, hey, I'm the reason why, right? It's not the
Right.
market,
Yeah.
it's not my system, right?
Right.
It's me. And
Yeah.
that's good work. That's where the work really
Yeah.
should
Because you can
start and
teach
end.
the beginners the trend trading system, right? You can
Mhm.
like it's not hard to learn the system,
Mm.
but it's you working the system. Like, can you work it? Like
You
when you're
work it.
down $400, can you stick with it or get out? Like those are the decision making. Like, do you get out or do you stick with it? It's just like that's all you. Like you're making that decision. So basically, having a trading plan, like your trading plan will tell you what to do, and coming up with the trading plan, you need a coach. It's like you're not going to learn that, and it's everybody's trading plan is different. It's like a very personalized individual plan. Yeah. So come using a coach is very important. So my next step is, the money's nice, but to upgrade the play in the league of my peers. So SMB Capital in New York, they train a lot of traders who do stocks and options and whatnot. SMB Capital, they're all over YouTube. Put
Peter,
a lot of free stuff.
SMB, if you can,
SMB Capital.
SMB, they're big.
Yeah,
That's
I mean
that's
that's the
the
next level for me
that's
is
the
to
top
be
dog.
in my peer group, to be recognized by your and trade with your peers. And most of those people who work for SMB, they're young. They're
They're
like
young,
20.
yeah.
They just graduate high school,
They're
college. They're
young,
24,
yeah.
25. It's just like,
Guys, I would just go on, look at SMB Capital. You guys, no, they
on
have
YouTube.
SMB Capital, they have tons of videos. They have traders talking about their trades, their process. And these are professional traders. Hey guys,
Yeah.
Peter, Peter is now a professional trader. Peter, Peter, Peter trades capital for a firm. He's a professional trader,
Yeah.
right? Not everyone wants to aspire to that, but if you want, guess what? He's right there. But he's even taking it to the next level. SMB Capital, that's
Yeah.
that's
I'm an athlete.
serious.
I'm a
Yeah,
paid athlete. I'm a
yeah,
professional athlete, paid.
yeah.
So you're gonna be your money that you make is a professional athlete money. It's like
So yeah.
that's when you operate at that level,
Yeah,
and you
that's a whole nother level, Peter. I didn't know that. I'm so proud of you, buddy.
yeah.
That's the real deal there. Yeah. Justin,
Hey,
you had another question
yeah,
for
my
Peter?
phone died. That's why I disconnected. I'm sorry about that.
Okay, okay.
But I have a question for Peter. Back to what we were talking about when you asked me what is my passion.
Yeah. What do you like to follow? What excites you?
By that you mean, can you elaborate to that question?
Like, do you like what's going on with crypto? Do you like what's going on with Netflix? Do you like what's going on with Tesla? Do you like what's going on with gold? Like what things got you into trading? What
Mhm.
what thing do you like? Soybeans? Do you like cattle? It's like,
The futures market, the S&P minis and the micros. That's what's catching my attention.
okay.
But I'm barely starting, and I wanted to see the other question I had is, what would you recommend somebody starting to learn first? Do you think that's a good market to start learning on for first? Or I know there's forex markets too.
I would how do you guys
So
so
what
the
would
you
you recommend for
what
somebody to
interests
start
you
learning when they're first just starting?
what interests you is first, I would compare that with a girl. Just
Hmm.
date one girl and learn everything about the girl.
Uh-huh.
Like, yeah, what makes her angry, what makes her sad, what makes her happy. Just like
Uh-huh.
each individual thing, crypto, Solano, Bitcoin, gold, they have their own temperament, their volatility. They move
Mm.
at certain times. So that's first. And then two is just the mechanics, like basketball. Just learn how to dribble a ball and shoot. Basically,
Mhm.
what I mean is learn how to place an order, a limit order, market order,
Right.
stop order. Just keep on pressing those buttons till you learn the mechanics of it, and then
Mhm.
you'll grow however you'll grow, and have a coach. With a coach, he'll kind of steer you, but
Okay.
mechanics and just learn everything about. So I think that
Okay.
most people, when they start trading, is like, I can't find how do I find the stock? How do I find a moving? How do I, what stock? Like they're always asking those questions, like common
Mhm.
questions. So what do I trade? It's like for the
Okay.
first year, it's just getting to learn just one thing and then just all the mechanics. So when you're actually playing basketball, you're not asking somebody, how do I dribble a ball? Like, how do I do a layup? How do I do a shoot, from the field goal? Just like, those are
Mhm.
things I tell every beginner, just the mechanics of it. It's like
Okay.
messing around with a platform, like MetaTrader. It's just like, I think because everybody's so afraid of pushing a button. It's
Mhm.
like they have fears. They learn too much. Like they feel like
Right.
they have to learn everything to push a button. So the first year, just keep on making mistakes. Just push any buttons
Mhm.
on a
All
paper
right.
account. Yeah. So that's
Okay. I'll keep that in mind then. I appreciate you answering my question.
Thanks,
yeah.
Justin. Hey, anyone else? Hey, Saga. Saga is fairly new. Saga, or Anthony, anyone else? Guys, so we'll let Peter go.
No, it's okay. I enjoy the attention.
I know, Peter,
you know,
you
you know what I
always
you know what my when I told my father,
uh
like I got the job, and like he didn't say anything. He's like, I don't know much about this. so, so that's why we come to these groups for
yeah,
emotional support, congratulate each other, make each other, encourage each other, because most people don't understand this
yeah.
kind of world. It's like
It's a different world.
it's a different world where money is unlimited. So that's why I don't talk about money. It's always going to be there. So you just have to learn, have a plan to capture it, and grow your skill and grow yourself. And it's like,
Hey, Saga, you have any questions for Peter? Any I know you guys have. I know you guys have been working at it. You've
Hey,
been.
yeah, I have a question, David. Hey,
Mhm.
Peter.
hey, what's up, man?
Hey, I just wanted to know, like, if I wanted to start this prop firm, where I start, like, which app or which company is better if I want to try.
You try an evaluation.
Yeah, like evaluation. And what's the process? Like,
Is
do
that
you
correct?
have to pay for that?
Yes, yes. It's like a monthly fee. Like
Okay.
you cancel whenever you want to. If you want to keep going, just pay the monthly fee till you pass. There's this really good website, not website, a YouTube channel called Canadian Future Traders. He do a review of all these evaluation platforms.
Oh, okay. All right.
So he reviews a lot of them, like 10 of them. So I picked the ones from his reviews. Like he also tells you, hey, what's on sale? What's you get 40% off, 50% off of the membership. Yeah.
Oh,
Canadian Future
all
Traders.
right. All right.
And it's great. It's you don't typically when you're trading your own money, you're gonna lose a few thousands. So
Yeah.
you can not lose that
Right.
with an evaluation or working with someone else's capital.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right. Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thanks, Saga. Anyone else? Anyone else?
David, why'd you quit the prop firm?
I no, I did the prop firm. I think I started around 2000, when was it? Around 2006 or 2007. And but
Are they still around?
yeah, they're in downtown Orlando. And Handsaw, I think Handsaw Capital. So I was there. I wasn't there a long time. I was there probably 8 months, maximum a year.
Okay.
But the reason why I went to the prop firm was, yes, to trade, to make money, but I was doing research also.
Okay.
So I was I was doing more trend following, and I had started building systems. This was years ago, right? So I was testing different systems, and I wanted to see what it was like to day trade, right? To just day trade, follow the market makers, and I almost did it. That would have been my life. I got, it was so attractive, right?
Right.
But I knew the thing about the prop firms for me, and this was years ago, where you couldn't trade remotely. You had to be in the office.
Oh, you got to be at the office.
So I'm driving downtown. You had to be there. You had to start before the market opened. So you had to be there around 8:45. Not that early. About 8:30, 8:45. Market opens at 9:30, and then we would be there, after the market closed, 5 p.m. Then we would get drinks, right? Get drinks afterwards. And most of the guys, they were young. They were young guys, and I'm married with kids. And you couldn't have lunch. We would have a runner go out and get lunch, because we literally glued to the screen.
Right.
I couldn't do it.
Okay. Traffic's bad. Go to I-4 downtown. It's
I-4 downtown every day. It was like a job. And and I was trend following. I was doing trend following. Hey, stay in for weeks at a time. And I'm glad I did it. Now you guys are fortunate. You're fortunate now where you don't have to go to an office, right? Peter, you don't have to go to an office.
No.
Yeah. No. So you can trade from anywhere.
Anywhere in the world.
Yeah, it was rigid. We had the managers would walk around, right? Watch your trades.
Right.
If you had a big losing trade, they would cut you off. I mean, literally, just right then and there, cut you off.
Yeah. Do you remember how much capital they gave you to trade with?
Yeah, I started off with about I think 5 to 10 grand. Okay. And then when I left, it was up to about 75 grand. Okay. 75 grand. But there were traders there who had capital of $1 million. And this was a small firm, right? Small firm. Yeah. The best trader there, I remember, this is when I was like, what is going on? I saw him close a trade for about $100,000 going against him, cut it just like that. Yeah. His name was I won't say.
Oh, so name. he was negative.
Oh yeah, 100 grand.
90,
100 grand.
And he stopped himself and
cut it just like that.
Wow.
And he was perhaps one of the best traders. I would say, no, they didn't rank him. But everyone knew of him. And he was literally a machine. He was literally no emotion, right? And he would just get on with the next, but he would cut 80, 90. No, that didn't happen a lot, but he would cut 10 grand, 20 grand easy. Yeah.
But that would fit his daily stop. So if that's his maximum daily stop, he has no problem cutting it and just walking away.
And walking away. Yeah.
And you wouldn't feel bad about it.
Yeah.
Most of us will be devastated. Damn.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. So, and that's one, I knew I couldn't do that. And that's why I left. I went. So the reason why we have the trading systems, because I it's hard to do. It's hard to duplicate what he did. That can't be taught. And he started, I'll say his name is Habib. And he started similar to Justin. So he was born Justin's age. He started was about 18. Never went to college. Started, and this was years ago.
Yeah.
And he was trading for a firm. He was trading for a firm downtown, and he became the best trader there. I forgot which trade he did, but he had a trade where he made almost $300,000 or $400,000. This was back in late 1999s, early 2000 when he did that, and he was young. He was by the time I traded for the firm, he was in his 30s, right? But
did you ever ask him, like, who do you learn from? Like, because he had to, if he didn't go to college, either he's self-taught or he learned from somebody or he follows somebody to get the knowledge, just the beginning. And then he refined it himself.
I'm not sure. I never got into that conversation, but I know he started young, and he worked for a firm young, and he had the personality for it.
Of course, yeah, he's able to manage his emotions.
Yeah. But one thing he did was this. He meditated.
Yes.
Yeah. So every day, guys, every morning, right, we'll come in, right, and he would be, and no, what he did was he made all this money. He started young, 17, 18, started young, had his big trade, had the big trade. When he had that big trade, it was like, back then, 300,000-400,000 was a lot of money. So he left the firm and he started his own firm, which is where, I traded for. And then he hired his traders to now grow his firm. But he would come in every morning and he would spend about 15, 20 minutes meditating every day. He would just take quiet time to just meditate. But he was, I never saw anything like it. Never saw anything like it. Just a machine. He would get in, get out, no. And he wouldn't talk about, after the day, he wouldn't talk about his trades. He would just trade. He would just trade. Multi-millionaire, just made a ton of money, was on it. I mean, he was really, really, really good. I haven't seen anyone trade like that. Really good. Really good.
When we talk about traders, it's like performing at a very high level. It's like an athlete. And we always ask, an athlete, professional athlete, how did he get there? Like, who did he learn from? How did he get so good? So as a professional trader, it's like, I am listening to SMB Capital and it's like, we want them with no bad habits. It's like, if you're teachable, coachable, ambitious, like, we want you to try out, so it's like how they, everybody's getting to that level is, it's a mental athlete, mental, emotional, to be performing at that level. It's because for me, it's like the market does the exact opposite against you. Like, there's always another party to the transaction. So I find that the trades that I take on, it usually doesn't work out if I'm very impulsive, but whoever took the opposite side of that trade made money. It's like, and it's weird. Like, if I flip my trade, my Bizarro, I call it the Bizarro trade, I would have made money. It seems like the market intentionally tricks you. And it's just, if you do counterintuitive stuff, you will make money. And so that's why staying out, picking your place to get in, following your plan is so important, because the market wants you to impulsively jump in, and that's where they get you. So if that's a day trading thing. It's like the market will purposely make me emotional, like with a breakout trade, wants trick the buyers to jump in, and it will just go against you, vice versa. So I find this as a psychological game. That's why I like it so much. It's like a psychological game that they're playing with the market participants.
And that's what I wanted to learn. See, when you trade for a prop firm, especially back in the days, we could see what the market makers were doing. All right. So
yeah.
you don't really follow the chart. You follow, right, the buying and selling of what the market makers are doing. Okay.
Yeah.
The internals of the market. All right. And where they're flowing, where the capital is flowing. And you could see blocks. It was so cool. You could see blocks where they're building blocks of, and they would hide it. They would hide their trades. And our job was to figure out, okay, where they're hiding, who is buying what, and it's a totally different world.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's the game I'm playing now.
That's like the game.
I'm learning that right now. Just like I have these technical tools that tell me these order blocks.
Yep.
And pay attention to, this is where most of the orders are sitting at. Yep. And they will purposely come take the price back to this level.
Yep.
So that's why I stick with three things.
Are you using level 2, Peter? Are you using level 2?
Yeah, I use level 1 and level 2. Okay. I'm not very proficient on level 2 yet. Okay. But because I know my girlfriend so well, like it's easy to I'm just pre-planning my trades. Like I have specific zones that was here's where most of the orders are sitting at. And I'm gonna put alerts, and then basically I have technical tools that tell me these are the major institutional order blocks.
Yep, that's important.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm learning that right now. It's just it's very interesting. It's like, for the new traders, you'll get there. You just like, it's like a video game. It's just, you get from one level to the next level to the next level. That's why young people are so good at this. Because they play video games.
Yeah, I told Justin. Yeah, I was telling Justin. I asked Justin. Justin, I asked you, right? Today he was doing his coaching. I said, do you play games? He's like, I don't play. He said, no, I don't play a lot. I said, it is a game. This is an absolute game. It is. It's a game. And that's why young people do really, really well, right? Your reflexes are quicker, right? And if you think of it as a game and you don't think as money, guess what? All of that pressure goes down, right? It becomes a game, just like a video game, just like any other, Yeah,
that's why the older people, like, they freak out. They freak emotional.
Out.
They can't handle the complexity of the game.
Yeah.
But a young person who's, just like, they think quicker, they can absorb information much faster, synthesize it, turn it into a strategy, execute it, because they've been practicing over and over with your fingers, mind, playing different games. It's like, see these little babies on the tablets. It's like they're got to be like 1 year old, 2 years old, and they're just swiping, like they're just working the tablet. It's like, wow,
different world.
I mean, I'm sure you guys see that. It's just like these young little babies just like swiping tablets.
Yep.
You gotta act like you have nothing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. We, as we get older, or we get so attached, right? We get very attached, and we can be attached when it comes to trading, right? No attachment, right? No attachment. Peter, man, thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, I enjoy talking with you guys too,
Yeah.
because we're all sharing information. Like
Thanks for being transparent, man.
it's a fun journey. It's like everyone has their stories. It's like the battle stories. It's like not a real trader until you lose money. I said to everybody who's like investing the stocks or like, it's like once you lose the money, you're officially a trader, and just you got to keep going. Just
keep going.
Keep going. And just we have these stories. I remember when I told you like that Moderna story. I told my mom. My mom had 10 shares of Moderna. It went all the way to $460 during COVID, and I told her to sell. It's like it's overpriced. It's very expensive. Sell it, and she didn't listen to me. And it fell all the way back. What's Moderna right now? Like 170, something like that. It's like
no attachment.
Yeah, it's like when it's expensive, sell. When it's cheap, buy. Yeah. And she does this with fruits and vegetables and meats. Like
but can't do it with trading.
But can't do it with trading.
That was me with Sheba, David. You remember?
Yep.
She keeps on telling me, "Oh, it's gonna keep going." It's like it's way overpriced. Sell it.
Yeah.
It's like
All right, guys. Thanks, Peter. Thanks, guys, for staying on longer. Okay. Peter, good job, buddy. Good job.
Thank
you.
Good
job.
Encouragement.
26 times. You did it. You passed. Peter
passed. I know. Yeah, today
Peter,
is here.
You passed.
Today was my first day at work. First day at work, and I took a small loss. And that's it. And that's what you do at work.
That's what you do at work.
Yeah.
With the potential, I mean, could you imagine? I can imagine where, that capital is going to grow, that account is going to grow, and that freedom, that that lifestyle that you're building, and you teaching, you're passing on all that good wealth of knowledge, buddy. Thank you. We appreciate you, buddy. We appreciate you. All right, guys.
Good night, everyone.
Take care. Have a good weekend, guys. Happy New Year.
Congratulations.
Happy New Year.
Happy New
Bye-bye.
Year's.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, guys. Happy New Year. Bye-bye.